We're getting some more breaking news on the broadcast. We're learning of protest on the derogatory remarks against Prime Minister Narendra Modi in both the houses of the parliament, and that has led to an adjournment. Remember, we told you about an adjournment of the lower house of the parliament. Now we are learning that both the houses of the parliament have been adjourned. This concerning the demand for an apology over the remarks, the derogatory remarks that were made against Prime Minister Narendra Modi. My colleague Payal Mehta with all those details. Payal, what really went on? We were told earlier that the lower house of the parliament was adjourned, demanding a debate on AQI, but now it seems that there is also a growing demand of an apology that is being sought for the derogatory remarks against Prime Minister Modi.
Yes, you saw that proceedings pan out not just in Lok Sabha but also in Rajya Sabha. In fact, in Rajya Sabha, JP Nadda, BJP's national president, in fact, raised the issue and essentially said that this kind of behavior is not to be encouraged. The Prime Minister is not the Prime Minister of a party. He's the Prime Minister of the entire country. Why could somebody be able to make a derogatory remark, and that also on a day on which the Congress party held a rally in Parliament, and I beg your pardon, they held a rally in, in Ramlila Maidan. And that is why you saw these derogatory remarks really coming out. So JP Nadda spoke about this in the Rajya Sabha, and Kiran Rijiju, the Parliamentary Affairs Minister, raised the matter in the Lok Sabha. So both houses for now stand adjourned. But that is essentially over the derogatory remark being made over Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Time and again, the Congress party is said to have insulted the Prime Minister. And time and again, we've seen the Prime Minister really say that, he doesn't get sleep till he doesn't get 2 or 3 kgs of galis from the Congress party and the opposition.
Right. And what are the other members of the Bharatiya Janata Party and also the opposition really saying about this disruption, considering there are these grave allegations that have been leveled, particularly against the Congress party, of what really ensued in that entire vote chori Maha rally that was held in the national capital on Sunday?
Well, the BJP says one thing for sure, that, like I said, Griha, that Prime Minister does not belong to one political party. He's a representative of 140 crore Indians. Why could you not, control what your party workers were really saying? But the abuses against Prime Minister Narendra Modi have come right from the top. You remember that infamous comment by Sonia Gandhi. You remember the infamous comment by Rahul Gandhi when he actually called Prime Minister as Chaukidar Chor hai. You also remember what Manishankar Iyer has also in the past said of the Prime Minister. But you're wishing the Prime Minister ill, wishing that, he dies is something which is completely unacceptable. By over here, not just the government, by the party across the spectrum over here.
Right, absolutely. And Payal, it's important to tell our viewers that there was several amount of sloganeering that was witnessed at the rally at the Ramlila Maidan in Delhi on Sunday against the Prime Minister, and that is what caused this entire disruption and this demand that is only growing for an apology for the Prime Minister.
Well, of course, you can have a rally on whatever you really feel like. That's not of any problem. That is, of course, your right as the opposition. The Congress party, remember, has been raising this issue time and again, saying that vote chori hui hai. But, Bihar has really shown you that there was no vote chori, neither there was a reflection of vote chori ever, that happened on ground. But, the fact that you choose this occasion to abuse the Prime Minister, to wish him ill, that is completely unacceptable. You don't have the powers within you to wish ill for anybody, especially for Prime Minister Narendra Modi. That's what the BJP workers are saying, because he's not here. Like Amit Shah said the other day, we are not here because of the mehrbani of the Congress or because of the favor that Congress has done on us. People of the country have elected Prime Minister Narendra Modi to power for third time in a row.
Right, absolutely. Payal, thank you so much for all of those inputs. We also have Pallavi Ghosh now joining us back on the broadcast. Pallavi, any responsibility that Congress is taking, because these are derogatory comments, a sloganeering against the Prime Minister in absolute poor taste that has been allowed at the Ramlila Maidan. What is the Congress saying about it?
Well, the Congress justifies it, and the Congress has not repented about it, and no one, as we are picking up, I pay up for Congress sources, has even bothered to, kind of reprimand its workers. Look, it's okay to criticize a political opponent, but every position requires a maryada to be followed. And the same Congress which is up in arms and indulges in whataboutery when any kind of a comment is passed against, say, Rahul Gandhi or Sonia Gandhi, the top leadership certainly doesn't seem to be having any qualms about the fact that look at the kind of words which have been used against the Prime Minister. And it's not the first time, Griha. Earlier also, Imran Masood, if you remember, the Congress MP had used a similar kind of a language for the Prime Minister. And look where he is. He's a member of Parliament. He's considered to be extremely close to Gandhi. I think today's Congress is very, very different from the earlier ones. Today's Congress justifies all about this. on two grounds. One, that even the BJP does it, and second, that this is the only language which the BJP understands, because we feel this is the only way we can take up the cause of the common man.
Right. Thank you so much for that perspective, Pallavi. We also have the BJP President, Mr. JP Nadda, responding to this threat that was sent out at Ramlila Maidan against the Prime Minister. Let's take a look at that reaction.
कांग्रेस पार्टी की रैली हुई, उसमें नारे लगे, मोदी तेरी कब्र खुदेगी, आज नहीं तो कल खुदेगी। ये तरीके के नारे कांग्रेस पार्टी के सोच और मानसिकता को दर्शाता है। हमारे नेता प्रतिपक्ष और कांग्रेस पार्टी के नेता यहाँ बैठी हैं, आदरणीय सोनिया गांधी जी, इनको देश से माफी मांगनी चाहिए और ये नामदारों के धन्यवाद है, इसको समझना चाहिए। और मैं ये भी कहना चाहूंगा कि राजनीति का स्तर कांग्रेस पार्टी ने इतना गिरा दिया है जो कल्पना के बाहर है, इसलिए इसकी मैं घोर निंदा भी करता हूं।
So that was JP Nadda, the BJP president, responding to the attack against the Prime Minister. This was all that happened as part of the sloganeering at the Ramlila Maidan, which was part of Congress's Vote Chori Maha Rally that was conducted in the national capital on Sunday. It saw the presence of senior Congress leadership like Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi, also the Congress president Mallikarjun Kharge. And in their presence, there was heavy sloganeering against the Prime Minister of the country. There was an open threat that was sent out to the Prime Minister that his grave will be dug, if not today, tomorrow, which is what JP Nadda is mentioning in the parliament. And this is what the demand of an apology is all about. You're talking about the highest office in the country, and that position is not respected. Politically, you could be detached in what you really stand for and what does your politics stand for, but going after the Prime Minister, abusing him is a different thing altogether, and which is why there's that demand for an apology of the Congress party by the Bharatiya Janata Party. RP Singh of the Bharatiya Janata Party is now with us on the broadcast. Mr. Singh, thank you so much for joining us. Deplorable comments that were in fact part of that Congress rally, in fact sloganeering that was not stopped by the leadership. In fact, they are not ready to take any responsibility of what really went on. They're brazening it out.
Well, that's the DNA of the Congress now. The new DNA of the Congress is that you demean and use up foul language against the constitutional bodies and constitutional heads. The way they have used the language against the Prime Minister is really demeaning, and this is not happening for the first time. This happened earlier also, but this sort of language they have used is really shameful, and it's not happening against the Prime Minister. Recently, they have moved impeachment against the judge of the Supreme Court, High Court, because dynasty doesn't believe in democracy. They believe in my way or highway. I mean, things should move as per them, or they will take you for a task. Then again, earlier on the Election Commission also, the way the Election Commission was mocked in this rally also, where they have shown to people as Election Commission and they've been dragged in the rally. So this clearly shows the mindset of the Congress party.
Okay.
For them, they have no values as for they don't believe in democratic values, and that's why they keep repeating all this. But this is crossing a limit. Well, you can't ask for a death wish for a Prime Minister of a country who is elected 3 times. But you can't make him lose. You can't contest against him through the democratic process. You can't win against him through the votes. So you wish him, do a death wish against him in the rallies. And then the Congress party supports it. The leadership has not even condemned it.
Right, Mr. Singh, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your perspective there. Payal Mehta continues to be with us. Payal, how far is the BJP going to go as far as the demand of an apology is concerned?
You know, you've seen the Congress party, in fact, allow the entire session after session to be washed out because they have made certain allegations against the Election Commission. Of course, the BJP understands its responsibility as the ruling party, as the treasury benches, but you know they want an apology, no doubt whatsoever. So they will continue to press for an apology. from the Congress leadership. We do not really know whether they'll allow the entire house to be adjourned or not, but the fact of the matter remains that the BJP is of this firm opinion that the Prime Minister, like I said, does not represent a particular, a party. He represents the entire country as a whole, and he's an elected leader. So nobody has the right to wish death for somebody, or nobody has the right to wish somebody that they should do badly in their lives as well. So obviously, the BJP in this country will go to harm, not just inside Parliament, but even outside Parliament there.
Right, thank you so much for that, Payal. And on that note, we go into a very short break. We'll come right back with more news and updates on CNN News 18.